Are the San Francisco 49ers on the verge of a game-changing decision? As the draft approaches, whispers are growing louder about a cornerback who could completely transform our defense. With pressing needs across the roster, could this be the moment we finally land a generational talent? Stick around to find out who's in the spotlight, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button to stay updated on all things 49ers. The San Francisco 49ers have made headlines once again, and this time, it's about their potential first-round pick in the upcoming draft. Will Johnson, the standout cornerback from Michigan, is the talk of the town. As a passionate 49ers fan, I can't help but feel a mix of excitement and apprehension about this selection. Let's face it, the 49ers have been struggling this season, sitting at 6-9 and grappling with injuries that have decimated both their offensive and defensive lines. It's been a rough ride, and for the first time in years, they have significant needs across the roster. While a quarterback might be the flashiest choice, the reality is that a top-tier quarterback might not be available when the 49ers are on the clock. So, could a cornerback like Will Johnson be the answer? Johnson is touted as the #1 cornerback in this draft class, and when you look at his size and physicality, it's hard not to get excited. He possesses the instincts that could make him a star in the NFL. The 49ers need help in their secondary, especially when facing off against some of the NFC West's top receivers like DK Metcalf and Marvin Harrison Jr. The addition of Johnson could provide the depth and versatility the team desperately needs. Kyle Krabs from the 33rd team noted that despite Charvarius Ward being on a contract year, passing on a talent like Johnson would be a mistake. This isn't just about filling a need. It's about bringing in a player who could change the landscape of the defense. Imagine the impact he could have in critical matchups, especially against physical receivers that have consistently troubled the 49ers in recent years. But here's where my excitement turns into contemplation. Will Johnson might not even be available when the 49ers pick at 11th overall. He's projected to go within the top 10, and if the 49ers lose their remaining games, they could move up in the draft order. While a cornerback isn't the most pressing need right now, it's hard to argue against securing a player who has the potential to be a Pro Bowler. Given the team's shaky history in the first round, selecting a sure thing like Johnson could be a step in the right direction. So, the question remains, is this the best decision for the 49ers? I, personally, am torn. On one hand, adding someone of Johnson's caliber could enhance the defense and provide immediate support. On the other hand, we have glaring issues that need addressing, particularly on the offensive line and quarterback situation. This is where I want to hear from you. What do you think about the potential selection of Will Johnson? Would you prefer to see the Niners address a different position? I genuinely want to know your thoughts, so drop your opinions in the comments below. As we look ahead, the implications of this choice could shape the future of the team. If Johnson lives up to the hype, he could establish himself as a cornerstone of the defense for years to come. However, if the 49ers miss out on other critical needs, it could leave fans frustrated and longing for what could have been. Trapasso describes Pierce as long, explosive, and deceptively powerful, and I completely agree. Over the past 2 seasons in the SEC, he has proven himself to be a top-tier talent, and pairing him with Nick Bosa could finally give us that dynamic pass-rushing duo we've been missing. The pressure has been on the 49ers to find a reliable counterpart for Bosa, and while we've brought in Leonard Floyd and Yetur Gross-Matos, the consistency just hasn't been there. Right now, our defense ranks 18th in the NFL with just 35 sacks, and our pass rush grade from Pro Football Focus is sitting at a mediocre 67.9, placing us 17th in the league. Bringing in Pierce could change all of that. He's not just an athlete. He's recorded 10 sacks in his last season and followed that up with 7.5 sacks this year, alongside 38 tackles, including 13 for a loss. That kind of production can't be overlooked. The PFF grades also speak volumes, consistently ranking him above 87 in defense and above 88 as a pass rusher over the last couple of seasons. Can you imagine the impact Pierce could have on our defense? With him on the field, opposing quarterbacks might finally feel the heat that has been missing from our pass rush. This isn't just about adding depth, it's about elevating the entire unit to a new level of competitiveness. For fans like us, the hope is that Pierce can unlock Bosa's potential even further, taking our pass rush from good to elite. But let's be real for a moment. Do you think this is the best decision? I'm honestly torn. While Pierce seems like a fantastic fit, there are always uncertainties that come with the draft. Will he adapt to the NFL level? Will he stay healthy? It's a gamble, and as fans, we've seen our share of hits and misses in the draft. I want to hear from you. What do you think about this potential pick? Are you on board with selecting Pierce, or do you feel there's a better option out there? The comment section is open, and I want to know your expectations, frustrations, and hopes for the 49ers as we approach this draft. In the grand scheme of things, this decision could significantly impact our future. A successful draft could set the tone for the next few seasons and potentially lead us back to the playoffs and beyond. Every move counts, and we need to be ready to embrace whatever direction the team takes. So let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow 49ers fans, and subscribe to the channel. You won't want to miss any crucial updates as we gear up for the draft. And remember to hit that notification bell so you can stay in the loop with all the latest news. Let's rally together and support our team as they look to make a splash in the upcoming draft. I'm excited to see how this all unfolds, and I hope you are too. Go Niners!